Uttar Pradesh, the state that the BJP has dominated in the last two elections, it seems to be opening. But let's also tell our viewers that these are still early leads and trends. Things can change. Things can change pretty dramatically, but this is ball-by-ball coverage that you're getting, where at this moment, as things stand, the India alliance seems to be putting up a remarkably strong fight, and we need to see as to how things pan out from here.
Right, Sally, the numbers are on your screens. NDA is trailing with 292 and India bloc with 220. Well, to talk more on this, we're now being joined by Dharamjot Kaur. She's joining us live from the newsroom in WION, and also we have with us Siddharth MP joining us from South India. Coming to you, Dharamjot, early trends in Delhi show BJP clearly sweeping the seats in the national capital. Do you think Delhi is a case in point where it votes differently when it comes to state elections and in a different manner when it comes to general elections?
Well, so far as early trends are concerned, Raisha, this does seem to be, the case as far as the entire psychology in terms of voting in the general elections is concerned, especially the national capital. And it's interesting to see that, the developments that have taken place in the last couple of months, especially we saw, with the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal being taken into custody by the Enforcement Directorate. We saw, the allegations of the alleged liquor policy scam making headlines for the past couple of months. But we also saw the Chief Minister being, granted bail to campaign for his party. So a lot of ground to cover for the Aam Aadmi Party, despite being, the state government in Delhi. So at this point, it doesn't seem that the entire, the short span of time that Kejriwal had, to campaign for his party and to lead the entire front, at the moment, it doesn't seem like it's been working. However, like we've all been saying, it's very early at this point to say anything. A short while ago, we saw the Bhartiya Janata Party leading on all 7 seats. Recently, as a few minutes ago, it's leading on 6 seats. The Aam Aadmi Party is leading on 1 seat now. So very tough to call it at this point. But if we go by early trends, yes, it does seem to be like, a redo of what 2019 mandate was like for the national capital, Raisha.
Right, Dharamjot, coming to you, Siddharth, early trends show TDP at 3 in Andhra Pradesh and BJP at 2. BJP has joined hands with the Telugu Desam Party and the Pawan Kalyan-led Janasena Party, with numbers trickling in now, and also with Prime Minister Modi's concerted effort in Andhra Pradesh. Do you think Andhra Pradesh can lock the South for NDA?
Absolutely, that's what it looks like in the south. In fact, Andhra Pradesh is turning out to be one of the strongholds of the BJP, unexpected one in fact. And this is largely thanks to the alliance with the Telugu Desam Party there and of course the Janasena Party over there. What we have to keep in mind is that even in 2014, the Chandrababu Naidu led TDP was with Narendra Modi's NDA, and then this time around as well, we have, Chandrababu Naidu's party that is actually performing extremely well and then helping the NDA boosting their confidence in the south. So this is something that's really significant and to be watched. This is a major setback for the incumbent there, Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy and his YSRCP. So, BJP's alliance in the south seems to have clearly worked, particularly in the case of Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka generally has been a stronghold. So there also they can be pretty confident. So going by the initial trends and the metrics that we're getting at this point in time, it would be safe to say that BJP will surpass its tally that it got in south last time, a little over 30 seats that they won in southern India last time. That, they'll be able to improve that tally much better this time around. But again, the big question at this point in time, of course speculative, is that whether this will be enough to stem the shortfall that they're seeing possibly in the northern parts of the country in what is their traditional stronghold region. So now it would be sort of safe to observe that the BJP has sort of breached new areas thanks to the NDA and thanks to the partnerships that they've had. But then, we'll have to wait and watch whether this is enough to sort of compensate for their losses in the traditional BJP-centric states and the BJP heartland or the Hindi heartland.
Right.
Raisha.
Right, Siddharth, in a lot of instances, BJP chose to forge alliances with smaller parties, and case in point being Tamil Nadu. Do you think that this strategy of BJP forming alliances with small parties instead of big ones is something that the party will go forward with?
So it's also not just about a strategy, it's sometimes about the options that are available to you. Clearly, the DMK has been anti-BJP for the last 10 years. So the DMK option is anyway out by default. DMK is part of the India Alliance, as part of the Congress India Alliance. And as far as the AIDMK is concerned, sometime last year, the AIDMK and the BJP had serious differences within their, ideologies and within their sort of understanding of each other. And so they decided to part ways as well. because the ADMK felt that the BJP was a liability, and the BJP felt that, you know, if they contest alone, sort of, they can truly measure what is their worth in Tamil Nadu, they can truly measure how far they've penetrated in the state. So the BJP decided that they can always go with smaller parties that have, you know, certain strengths in some pockets. So it can be a community-driven party, it can be a party that is strong in a certain region. Case in point is the PMK, which is now the lone leading seat for the NDA in Tamil Nadu. So PMK is leading in Dharmapuri. So it's a former MP's wife who's contesting there. And for the PMK, which is a community-based party largely, that is a pocket borough where they enjoy a great deal of support. So, you know, even if it's one seat, it matters in an election like this, which is being closely watched, which is said to be a sort of photo finish, right, as it appears. So in this case, every seat matters. So small party or large party is not the real measure, but it is which one clicks, which one gives you a better strike rate. So a small party that's given 1 or 2 seats, giving 1 seat in return as a victorious one, is actually a huge strike rate for the BJP, because South is a region where they want to establish their presence. So whether or not they do it using the BJP ticket or whether or not they do it through the allies ticket doesn't matter. What actually matters is if they can shore up the NDA's numbers in this part of the country and prove that what they've lost in the north, they've been able to partially at least gain in the south. So closely to be watched, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So whether, you know, the NDA can open its account in Kerala, and as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, you know, whether they can just get past the single digit and then go to 2 or 3, whether they can get past 1 and go to 2 or 3 or maybe 4 seats at the maximum. So this is what we have to watch. But overall, as it appears in Tamil Nadu, celebrations at the DMK headquarters here have sort of begun in a sort of enthusiastic way, because the cadre feel that the India Alliance is on the triumphant, and they believe that it's already India's election to win, India Alliance's election to win. Raisha.
You know, Siddharth, you are, I assume, at the DMK party headquarters there. Now, the DMK, of course, is feeling very triumphant that they've managed to get the kind of seats that they were hoping for. But the fact is the BJP has made its inroads. If you look at the vote percentage that the BJP is likely to get this time around in Tamil Nadu, this is going to be really substantial. And even if the DMK manages to hold on to the turf with respect to the number of seats it gets, the fact is, in Tamil Nadu, BJP has made its presence quite clearly felt with the vote percentage that it has managed to get.
Absolutely, Saleh. So the BJP's target is very clear. They're not looking at the, you know, running a 100-meter, 200-meter race. They're in it for the long haul. They're in it for a marathon. Their strategy is that keep investing political capital in Tamil Nadu and build it up for the larger elections. So for them, they anyway know quite realistically that the parliamentary election is not their, you know, place to gain in Tamil Nadu. They also want in the longer run to, you know, gain more seats in the state assembly. Now they have 4. So in the longer run, they'd want to enter double digits territory. So 2026 assembly polls just 2 years away in Tamil Nadu. That is something that they're eyeing. So it's a larger build-up that they're looking for in the longer run, and not just this one election. So they're not looking at 2024 and, you know, performance in a very stellar manner in 2024. In Tamil Nadu, their strategy is grow in the longer run. 2026 assembly polls is a major target. So this time, something very interesting I want to point out is that we've seen the DMK Congress combine the India Alliance, almost 25 to 30 seats. The trends show that they're clearly ahead. But then the AIADMK, opposition party in the state, a party that's been there for, you know, more than 40-50 years. This party is nowhere to be seen. This party, which is right now in the opposition in the state, a party that's had tall leaders like MJR and J. Jayalalitha, this party is now, you know, somewhere in the fringes. They're not leading in large number of states, not in double digits. So this is something that indicates a sort of shift where the ADMK is being slightly edged out and the DMK and Congress alliance are completely, you know, dominating the scene here. So it's important to watch in the longer run whether ADMK sort of is getting electorally sort of defeated here in a complete manner.